What's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? We got a lot to talk about tonight. Corbin Burnes, the Oakland A's, are they going to move? What's going on with them? We got some Mariners to talk about. Logan Gilbert, Jarred Kelenic, maybe Julio Rodriguez at some point this year. Mike Soroka. Let's get to it. And what's going on, baseball fans? How you doing? Hello, hello. Who is here in the chat? What's going on? Ball Cap is here. Hello, my friend. What's going on? Hope everyone is good. Who else is here? James Scott. What's going on? Hello, just made it. NHOJ Crab. What's going on? Luke. Hello. HMA. What's going on? Odd Villain. Hello. Who else did I miss? Chester is here. What's going on? Hello, hello. Who else we got? BZ Baseball is in the house. Well, hello. Chupapi Muñano, what's going on? That's like one of my favorite things to say now. I don't know why. It just sounds so nice off the tongue. Sydney Martell, what's going on? How are we doing? Aiden Sones was here earlier. Hello. If I missed anyone, what's going on? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's had a good week so far. This is my first live of the week. I've made a couple of videos. If you haven't seen them yet, go on my channel. Go look at them. I talked about Jarred Kelenic. We talked about the Red Sox a little bit. So if you haven't seen those, go check them out. And I did my last power rankings this past Sunday. So if you missed that as well, whoops, got to turn off the phone. There we go. If you missed the last power rankings, go check those out. And again, I will be going live with the power rankings every Sunday night. So, but tonight we got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of good news to talk about. A lot of Mariners to talk about tonight. We got a little Mike Soroka. We could be maybe seeing the Oakland A's maybe finally moving out of Oakland. I feel like we've been hearing this for a while now. We'll talk about that. We'll look at some possible cities where they could possibly end up down the road. And I'm trying to think, am I missing anything here? Whatever. If I'm missing anything, we'll get to it eventually. But before I start, as always, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 7K by opening day. We finally hit 6.2 the other day. That was nice to see. So if anyone is a new subscriber recently, thank you for coming out. Thank you for subscribing. But if you are just finding this channel for the first time, think about hitting that subscribe button. If you are looking for more baseball news and content, hit the like button for me, everyone. I would love to get to 50 likes by the end of the night. That would be awesome if we can do that. Go follow me on Twitter as well. Also, hit the bell notification. That really helps. That way you guys can see when I am going live, and anytime I post a video, you will be notified of it if you hit that bell button. So, everyone, again, hope everyone's having a good week so far. Thank God it's Friday tomorrow, and I am getting closer and closer to summer vacation. So, hey, that just means I'm going to be able to start pumping out the content a little bit more. I'm definitely planning on making a little more of the original content. More of the pre-recorded kind of stuff. I'm still going to be doing live stuff, but since I'm going to have a little more time on my hands, I'm going to be able to, record some more stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty excited for that. But everyone, let's get to the news here. Our first story, I'm going to get to pretty much the most recent thing that just happened today. We had some history today with Corbin Burnes of the Milwaukee Brewers. This guy, minus a couple of starts that he missed due to being placed on the COVID list. This guy has had a sensational season, and he made some history today, setting the record for most strikeouts before walking a batter. Absolutely insane, the numbers this guy is putting up this year. Let's go take a look at these numbers. Coming into tonight, so I'm going to show you on Fangraphs kind of what we're looking at here with Corbin Burnes. So Corbin Burnes coming into tonight, they haven't updated these stats yet, but I kind of wanted to just show you, just to give you an idea of what he's been doing before coming into this start today. He had 5 starts overall, just under 30 innings. This guy had 15 strikeouts per 9 and no walks. He hadn't walked anyone. And going into today, this guy had history looking at him right in the face, and he accomplished that. And let me actually go to... Oh, wait, I was already on it. So, oh, wait, is this it? Oh, here it is. So, 58 strikeouts before his first walk of the season. That's insane. I believe Kenley Jansen had the record, but that was as a reliever. I believe Adam Wainwright had the previous record as a starting pitcher. I think he had like 35 strikeouts before walking a batter. This is insane. 58 strikeouts before his first walk. This guy has just been just lights out all year. I mean, this guy was awesome today. The Brewers did get the loss. Unfortunately, that Brewers offense is just... this Brewers offense, they have the potential. They really need Christian Yelich to get back into that lineup, kind of just get that really good bat back into that lineup. These guys are kind of struggling right now. I mean, 20 and 18, they have not been playing very well lately, and the offense, again, did not show up today. Another brilliant start from Corbin Burnes. He actually didn't go very deep in today's game, but he did throw 5 solid innings, 5 hits. He did give up a run, and then 9 strikeouts. The guy's striking out batters left and right, and then he had his first walk of the season. Overall for Corbin Burnes on the year right now, a 2-3 record, 1.57 ERA, 6 starts, 58 strikeouts, like I mentioned, over 34 innings pitched. This guy's numbers are absolutely insane. Definitely going to be a candidate for Cy Young, I believe, by the end of the year. I mean, it's unfortunate this guy just can't really get the offense. So Corbin Burnes, amazing start to the year. Solid start today. Congratulations on the history today. That's just insane. 58 strikeouts before walking a batter. I mean, I'm not saying I played baseball in high school. I was not very good, but I did pitch. And I'll tell you right now, I mean, obviously I was nowhere near the level of a Corbin Burnes at all. But, I mean, not walking, it's hard, man. Like, I mean... there's just so many times where, you got like a 3-1, got 3 balls and you throw like a pitch that you thought was a strike and then it got called a ball. It's like you got to get a lot of calls a lot too. It's just very hard to do. It's very hard to not walk a guy in a start. The fact that this guy did it over 6 starts, it took him 6 starts to walk a batter, and he struck out 58 along the way. Getting that many strikeouts is very impressive. When you're a strikeout pitcher, usually you tend to be a little more prone to walking a couple of guys. But the fact that this guy was this high on strikeouts and this low on walks, it's absolutely incredible in my opinion. But Corbin Burnes, awesome start to the year, and that is that. Unfortunately for him, the Brewers could not get the win for him today. So, moving on, we have something to look forward to actually in about an hour, a little less than an hour. We have the Seattle Mariners making an official couple of call-ups. I made a video on this the other night. Jarred Kelenic getting promoted to the major leagues. He will be making his debut tonight. And they're also promoting Logan Gilbert, their top pitching prospect. I believe he is 29th overall in the top 100 prospects. I could be wrong on that. We'll go take a look at that in a second. But Logan Gilbert, one of the top pitching prospects in all of baseball, the top pitching prospect for the Mariners. I mean, you do got Emerson Hancock there, but Logan Gilbert, he is ready now. He's going to be getting the start tonight against the Cleveland Indians. Let's go take a look at what we're kind of looking at for tonight. Let's go to the story real quick before I go to the preview on MLB.com. So as you can see, Mariners officially promote Jarred Kelenic. It's funny. I thought it was always, I was saying Kelenic, and then what was the other way I was saying it too? I don't remember. I was pronouncing it like 2 different ways at times, and I wasn't even realizing it. Suppose it's Jarred Kelenic. You don't sound out the. It's not Kelenic or what was the other? I don't remember the other way that people would pronounce it, but it's just Kelenic. Interesting. So whatever. I learned something new today. But Jarred Kelenic and Logan Gilbert getting the call for tonight. Kelenic, they are inserting him into the lineup. They're having him bat leadoff. They're not playing around with this guy. Jarred Kelenic, man, he's the real deal. He has a very high floor and a very high ceiling. Not very often you see a player of that caliber where he is just ready to go now. And the fact that the Mariners are throwing him into the leadoff spot, they are looking for a spark. They're looking for something. But let me take a look real quick. But Logan Gilbert is getting the start tonight. And for him, you know what? This is actually very good, I think. I think this is a good first start for him. He's going up against a Cleveland Indians offense that doesn't rank very well. And I think for him, that's going to be a good way to ease in. He's got a couple of batters that he's going to really have to worry about, like a Jose Ramirez in there, Franmil Reyes. But Logan Gilbert, I think this is a very good scenario for him. Kind of get his feet wet a little bit, get started, on the right foot. At least he has a good chance to get started on the right foot, not going up against an offense that's very good overall. But taking a look, my mouse is not working for me right now. But taking a look here, Jarred Kelenic, I did a video on this the other night. If you haven't seen that video, go take a look. But Jarred Kelenic, number 4 prospect in all of baseball right now. He's, I believe, number 3 on ESPN. I believe he's number 3 on, what's the other? I don't remember the other website. But right now, he's pretty much around this spot on all, like, the major websites. But taking a look at the scouting grade, 65 hits, 60 power, 60 runs, 60 arm, 55 field. The guy's the real deal. He's put up really good numbers overall in the minor leagues. The guy's hit 293 in his minor league career. He's got 31 home runs over 179 games. The guy just has all the tools. He's batting leadoff tonight. If we go take a look actually at the box. Here we go. So as you can see, Jarred Kelenic batting leadoff for the Seattle Mariners. I feel like that's not very often you see that, especially for like a rookie hitter. Usually you see him a little lower in the lineup, kind of to take the pressure off. Very, very interesting. But he's getting the start in left field. Taylor Trammell, he's going to be on the bench. So basically, Kelenic is taking over for Trammell. He hasn't gotten off to a great start this year. He's had a few home runs, but Jarred Kelenic is going to be really exciting to see. But again, the other guy that we're really focusing on here is Logan Gilbert. This guy, if we take a look at the top prospects, I think he was 29th. No? Where's he at? I could have sworn he was on this list. Did they take him off? Why is he not here? Oh, here he is, 28th. So, Jesus, I was right. Wow, couldn't even see that. But 28th overall. Overall in the minor leagues, 2019, this dude had a 2.13 ERA over 26 games that year. He had a ton of strikeouts, 165 strikeouts, and 135 innings pitched. I believe that was top 10 in the minor leagues that year. This guy... there's a lot to like about a Logan Gilbert. We'll take a look here at the scouting report, but he had 1 start already. He had 5 innings, 4 hits in AAA, and they're just ready to go with him. Let's take a look at what we're kind of looking at. Big fastball from a Logan Gilbert. A very big fastball. He gets up in the high 90s very easily. A 65 fastball. He's got a really good slider as well. 55 slider. Decent curveball, but he's got a really good changeup as well. He has good control. Coming out of Stetson University, not too far from where I live, but this guy there's a lot to like about a Logan Gilbert. And I actually want to see, I'm going to pull up a couple of highlights here. Hopefully I don't get flagged for a copyright claim. MLB.com. They love to just slap those copyright claims, but I'm doing this for you guys. I want to just give you an idea of kind of what we're looking at with a Logan Gilbert. So I'll show one pitch here. A bit of a lanky delivery, but good movement right there. I believe that was a slider. And I want to see, are they going to show a big fastball? I think this was a spring training start. Let's take a look here. So that was actually pretty nice. That looked like a slider. Yeah, he's got good bite on that slider. I'd like to see if we can see a fastball. Here we go, going up against Shohei Ohtani. He's kind of sticking with the slider there. Let's see here. Yeah, big fastball, outside corner, hitting around 97, 98 miles an hour usually. Logan Gilbert, and he's got a big frame too, 6'6". The fact that he is already has this kind of size, and he's how old is he? I believe he is. I don't think he's even 24 yet. He's 24 years old, so he still has room to grow, which is pretty scary. The only thing that kind of worries me like a little bit is the delivery is a little lanky to me, but still the guy has put up really good numbers. I think he's going to end up being really good in the major leagues. There's a lot to like with him. Good breaking ball stuff. Good slider. Good fastball. I mean, good control as well. It's always nice when you can have good control. Actually, how many walks? I don't think he walked a lot of guys. 135 innings in 2019. He only walked 33 guys. That's really good. A lot to like with Logan Gilbert. That's going to be really exciting tonight to watch that. As a Mariners fan, you got to be pretty pumped up. And again, I think a good situation for him. I think it's good that the fact that he gets to go up against an offense that's not like a high-powered offense. But yeah, so going to be an exciting game. This is really a taste of the future, and I think this is just a good idea from the Mariners. Get Kelenic in there, get Gilbert up. They need the starting pitching anyway. They need some offense, and hey, the Mariners are in the thick of things for possibly even a division title. So why not? I mean, it's May. Might as well. Let's see if you guys can get a spark, from these two guys, and who knows, maybe they could even get some other prospects to come up. And that actually leads me to my next story. So we have Jarred Kelenic for the Mariners. We have Logan Gilbert, but there's another guy to keep an eye out for, and I think this guy actually might be the most fun prospect in my personal opinion, and that is Julio Rodriguez. Could we maybe see Julio Rodriguez at some point? I mean, good grief. I mean, the fact that you could maybe even see this guy at some point this year just really shows like how close, all of these prospects are to really coming up. And we had some comments here from the owner of the Mariners. Or I believe the general manager. Let's go take a look. Julio Rodriguez. Let's go take a look at what these comments were from, I believe, Jerry DiPoto. Yeah, general manager Jerry DiPoto. So question is, hey, what's going on with Julio Rodriguez? So pretty much here is his comments. He's only 20 years old, so really there's no rush right now. So here were the comments here. Julio, I don't know. He's 20, and he's a dynamic talent, DiPoto said. And there have been superstar players like Mike Trout, some of the great players of all time who have made their way to the big leagues at such a young age. And I won't count that as impossible for Julio. He is that kind of talent. And again, I don't want to suppose that's likely to happen in 2021, but Julio is the kind of player that can easily move multiple levels in one season. And it wouldn't be entirely shocking based on his personality and his tool set to see him jump to 2 to 3 levels at this tender age. So the fact that he's not writing off that possibility, I think it's going to be interesting just to see what he ends up doing this year. But let's take a look at the numbers so far. He's got 33 at bats so far. He's hitting .333 so far. He's already got a home run. He's got the 6 RBIs. He's already got a few stolen bases as well. I mean, hey, putting up some really good numbers already. In high A ball, I feel like they're not going to rush him. If anything, maybe they give him some at bats maybe in September. But even then, I feel like they're gonna be a little more conservative with a Julio Rodriguez. There's no need, unless he's just completely just tearing the cover off the ball. If he is just really showing that he can hit at the major league level, I don't really see a need to kind of rush him up right now. The Mariners, they're in contention with what they have. They just have a couple of guys coming up now in Gilbert and Kelenic. So I don't see the need to rush him. Again, maybe some September at-bats. Maybe if they're out of it, I mean, maybe that's a possibility. But depending on how he does this year, I don't really think there's really a big need to rush the guy. I definitely think you will see him in Double-A at some point, especially with these numbers that he's putting up. Definitely could make it. I mean, who knows? Maybe he goes to Double-A, ends up putting up some really good numbers at Double-A, and they just say, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just bring him up here. Let's see what he can do. Maybe they end up testing the waters with him. Maybe they end up saying like, hey, it's July, and he's putting up. And if he makes it to Double-A and he ends up putting up some good numbers there, maybe they just go for it. Maybe they just pull the trigger, and if it doesn't work out, they can just send him back down to work on some things. So I think it's possible you could see him. Would I rush him? No, there's not really a need to. But hey, if he just keeps breaking some walls down, then I don't see why he couldn't make it up this year. It really just depends on how he hits. So that is it for that. So the Mariners, very exciting for the Mariners. Definitely this year is very exciting for them. Tonight is very exciting for them. And the fact that you could see another top prospect at some point this year, it's just an exciting time for Seattle, for the Seattle Mariners fans. Hey, very excited to see what they can do. Taking a look at our next story, we're going to stay in the American League West. And now, could we maybe be seeing this, all of these talented prospects with the Seattle Mariners? Could we end up seeing them not playing games in Oakland against division rival, the A's? Could we maybe see the A's moving to another city? It's starting to gain some steam as of late. So the Oakland A's, are they going to be leaving Oakland? This is starting to get some legs, and this is starting to really pick up some steam. They really could end up being like the Oakland Raiders, and they could move. Oakland is, I don't know, they're not doing too good with their sports teams right now, but let's go take a look what the story is with the Oakland A's. So here we go, taking a look. So the Athletics are set to begin exploring relocation. So basically what's going on right now is the A's, they have a plan to build a new stadium in Oakland, but they need to vote on the funding for it. And I don't know if they can't figure out, if they can't get the funding for the stadium from the city of Oakland, they're probably going to be like the Oakland Raiders and end up moving. Who they ended up moving to Las Vegas. So, but here is the story. As the Athletics await a decision from the city of Oakland regarding their proposed $12 billion mixed-use development, which includes a new waterfront stadium at Oakland's Howard Terminal, Major League Baseball has encouraged them to look into the possibility of relocation. The team's preference is and has been to remain in Oakland, but Passan's report suggests that at the behest of the league, they'll at least look into alternatives, with Las Vegas the likeliest possibility of relocation is the ultimate outcome. Very interesting. I feel like you've been hearing this for quite a while now. The lease on their stadium, I believe, ends in 2024. So it's just, why? And I'll tell you right now, I have been to the Coliseum before. I went back in 2006. They need a new stadium. That stadium, when I went back in 2006, it was not, that was probably my least favorite stadium that I've been to. I think I've been to 9 different stadiums. I'd have to recount, but I went to the Oakland Coliseum back in 2006 to see my Red Sox, as my brother was living out there at the time. And I remember walking around in that stadium. It was just dark. It was dirty. It just wasn't really a great experience. I mean, I didn't really care at the time. I cared about, watching my Red Sox, who ended up winning that game. But I remember that stadium. It wasn't the nicest stadium that I had been to. It just didn't look all that good. And a lot of people agree that they need a new stadium. It's just not built for the future. It's, especially with all these new stadiums coming out, they need something new. So very interesting. And so CBS Sports, they put out an article today, or not today. I believe this was yesterday. So they put out an article going over some possible places where they could end up moving. So like I said, Jeff Passan, he did say the most likely one would be Las Vegas. So Las Vegas. So very interesting. That's where I believe that's where their AAA team is. Is that where their AAA team is? Is it in Las Vegas? Yeah. So they have the. Wait, hold on. So they have they have their AAA team in Las Vegas. So kind of like the Red Sox, the Red Sox, they have they used to be called, they were called the Paw Sox forever, and now they're called the Woo Sox. That's still I'm still trying to have that click in my head. But the Red Sox, they have the Woo Sox in Worcester, Massachusetts, and that's not very far away from Boston. So could you end up seeing the A's doing something like this, where their AAA affiliate is very close to their major league team? So very interesting. Las Vegas is really picking up steam in recent memory, getting the Oakland Raiders, and they also they had the new expansion team, the Golden Knights, who ended up making it to a Stanley Cup. And so hey, Las Vegas, they're starting to get out there when it comes to sports now, and it could very well possibly be they could end up getting a baseball team too. Portland is another one. Portland, for years, they've been trying to get into the game when it comes to baseball. I mean, you got the Trailblazers there. But it says here, again, moving to Portland would allow the A's to remain in the West. They would be very close to the Mariners at that point. Seattle pretty close to Portland. Both of those are secondary factors to what actually matters to MLB. So again, it really just depends on, is the city of Portland going to be able to, provide, what they're going to need, what Major League Baseball is going to need. They also put Montreal as a possibility. That would be interesting. Hey, hey man, Montreal, I'd be totally down for it. I think people want the Expos to return at some point. Could maybe you see Montreal get a team back? So the Tampa Bay Rays have already called dibs on Montreal to an extent. Remember that whole thing with the Tampa Bay Rays where they could split time with Montreal? I thought that was completely ridiculous. It's like, why would you have a team split cities? That's just weird. I don't know about that. So, but right now, if Tampa Bay, it looks like Tampa Bay, they have their eyes on Montreal. If Tampa Bay were to ever leave, I don't think this one's very serious. I don't know about this one. Another one is Nashville. You had a group with Dave Dombrowski, who's now the Phillies general man or president of baseball operations. You had this group led by Dave Dombrowski. They were kind of pushing to maybe get a team in Nashville. I definitely could see that happening at some point. It says here, if MLB is willing to permit the Athletics to relocate somewhere out east, thereby forcing realignment on the grander scale, well, then you might as well throw in Nashville, Tennessee. They also put here, Charlotte or like North Carolina. You kind of see the Carolinas. They start to get involved, when it comes, or you always hear the Carolinas get involved when it comes to a new baseball team, possibly. But yeah, Nashville, that's always possible. Then you got San Jose as well. I will say this with Nashville. I wonder if Major League Baseball would want to do that. That's going to create, I think, more, I don't know if it's that big of a problem. You're going to have to kind of realign some stuff. Does Major League Baseball want to go through with that? I think they want, if Oakland were to move, probably to stay out west. I would think that's probably, that makes the most sense. But then they also have San Jose here. It says here, we'll end with the most logical landing spot on the list, San Jose. Hey, no one ever said relocation had to entail leaving the state. The A's could settle an hour south to San Jose, a place they've been blocked from moving to in the past by the San Francisco Giants. In this scenario, we have to pretend Major League Baseball would be motivated to convince the Giants to waiver their territorial rights. Very interesting. I didn't know that. So yeah, basically San Francisco's like, nope. You're not moving to San Jose. Absolutely not. So, I definitely think, it seems like Las Vegas is a possibility. And and I'm just going to say this as well. And this is very unlikely, I think. This is very unlikely. But I will say this. Orlando has been trying to get a Major League Baseball team. I don't know if you guys remember me ever talking about this, but we had one of the owners of the Orlando Magic. He actually wants to bring baseball to Orlando. The Orlando Dreamers. Look at this website. It starts with a dream. Help bring Major League Baseball to Orlando. Look at that logo. It looks like the logo for an ice cream parlor. It looks like the logo for a possible Little League team. That's a pretty bad logo if you ask me. And the Dreamers, come on. I don't know. I think you need a better name than that. I think even just calling them the Orlando Dream would be better than the Dreamers. I don't know. Dreamers is just so tacky. I don't like the name at all. But could you maybe see Florida getting another team? Could maybe the city of Orlando, have the A's come to Orlando? Very unlikely. But I would imagine if you're the Oakland A's, I'm sorry, but you can't do this. Come on. That's an ice cream parlor. That to me, if I want to go and get 2 scoops of ice cream, I want to go to this place. That looks like me. That looks like a mom and pop. Look at this guy. That's the owner right here. This is the owner of the ice cream parlor. This is an ice cream parlor logo. I swear I have been somewhere to get ice cream before, and it looked like that. I swear. Or it looks like a Little League team logo. So I'm just saying, I don't know about this. Probably not going to happen, but it is out there that Orlando does want a baseball team. Very interesting. So, also wow, look at this. Orlando Dreamers rebuild. What is this? Is this Ant Ortiz? Yes, it is. He made this video back in 2019. Ooh. Rebuilding the Orlando Dreamers. That's a fun one. You should go watch that. Everyone, definitely go look at that video. Or the Orlando Dreamers rebuild. Ant Ortiz, man, very solid channel. He puts up some great stuff, man. But yeah, probably not going to see the Orlando Dreamers anytime soon. I would imagine the A's would not go to Orlando, but it is out there. Orlando does want a baseball team. So, very interesting to see what will end up happening with the Oakland A's. I believe I have one more story, a bit of bad news. I hate to end the show on a bad note, but the Atlanta Braves, they've been waiting for one of their best young starting pitchers, Mike Soroka, to come back from injury, and it looks like he's not going to be coming back anytime soon. Mike Soroka to have another surgery. You got to feel for the guy. That's terrible news. So he's still having problems with the Achilles. He says he's still just feeling it from time to time. It just doesn't feel right. So they're going to go back in, have arthroscopic surgery, and they're going to take a look at what's going on exactly. It hasn't healed as the way they expected it to. So let's go take a look at the story real quick here. Sharing the screen with you all. Okay, so Mike Soroka to undergo exploratory surgery on his Achilles. Braves right-hander Mike Soroka recently felt discomfort in his right Achilles and will have to undergo exploratory surgery, according to Mark Bowman of MLB.com. Well, it's unknown how long this procedure will shelve Soroka. It's yet another brutal injury blow to one of baseball's most promising young hurlers. Mike Soroka had himself a really good year in 2019. A very unfortunate event last year. I believe it was his third start of the year, ran off the mound to field the ball and just completely just fell to the ground and tore his Achilles. That's awful. It's one of the worst injuries. But 2019, he was having himself a really good year. About 175 innings pitched, 29 starts, a 2.68 ERA. He was really good. He finished 6th in Cy Young voting and in his rookie season. He finished 2nd of Rookie of the Year. He was an all-star in 2019. And you hate to see it too, because the Braves, they really need some starting pitching. As of right now, the Braves, they rank 27th overall in Major League Baseball in starting pitching when it comes to wins above replacement on Fangraphs. If we take a look at the Braves right now, they're starting pitching. Ian Anderson, he's been fine. They've had Huascar Noah really step up this year. Charlie Morton, he's been making his starts. The ERA is a little high. The FIP is a little better. Max Fried has not really been the Max Fried that they were expecting this year. Kyle Wright is kind of just whatever. The FIP is really high. Drew Smiley has basically been a bust for them this year as the number 5. I believe the number 5 guy in the rotation. They were really hoping Mike Soroka could come back eventually and give the rotation a little bit of a boost. But that is definitely not going to be happening. So you feel for Mike Soroka. You hate to see it, but the Braves, they're going to have to figure something out with the starting pitching. Before I get out of here, let me go take a look at what is going on right now in Major League Baseball. So as of right now, my Red Sox, they've had a bit of a tough stretch with the offense lately, not putting up a lot of runs, but they're putting up some runs tonight. 8-1 lead against the A's. Thank God, because they lost the first 2 games of the series, but at least they can get a win out of this series if they can stay on track here to the end of the game. Rays with a 7-0 lead against the Yankees. Astros, Rangers, all Texas matchup, 3-3 tie right there. Rockies with a 3-0 lead on the Reds. Marlins and Diamondbacks are just starting. Again, the Mariners tonight having Jarred Kelenic and Logan Gilbert debut tonight. That's a very fun game for Mariners fans. Blue Jays getting the win today against the Braves. Once again, the Braves, the starting pitching, it's not producing. The Nationals getting a 5-1 win against the Phillies. Royals falling to the Tigers today, 4-3. We talked about Corbin Burnes earlier. 2-0 win for the Brewers, but Corbin Burnes did set history. 58 strikeouts without a walk. White Sox with a win against the Twins. Giants with a 3-1 win against the Pirates. Let's go take a look at the standings real quick. So the Red Sox still holding tough. They have lost 3 in a row, but they are still holding on, playing some tough baseball lately. Leading the division. They're only up a game on the Yankees. Look out for these Yankees. They've won 4 in a row. They are losing tonight, though. But the Yankees hot on their tails. The Blue Jays are on a bit of a hot streak, winning 3 in a row. Tampa Bay, again, playing 500 ball. Baltimore at the bottom there. White Sox, they just continue to play good baseball lately. Look at the Indians. They're playing good too. The Kansas City Royals have lost 11 in a row. What the heck happened to the Kansas City Royals? I got no idea. Tigers, the Twins. The Twins are just absolutely terrible. I mean, what the heck happened to the Twins? Man, oh man. Oakland, 2 in a row. 7-3 in their last 10. Houston, playing some 500 ball recently. Against Seattle, they've lost 4 in a row. Could this be the spark that they've been looking for? Logan Gilbert, Jarred Kelenic. Definitely could be the spark. Rangers and Angels, bottom dwellers in that West. What's going on with these Angels, man? Mets, they are playing great baseball lately. 7 in a row. They're playing very well. 18-13, leading that division like I thought they would. And the Braves, like I said, talking about the Braves a little earlier, they've lost 3 in a row. I mean, the Phillies are playing pretty good too. But, man, you hate to see it with these Braves. Cardinals, they're playing very well lately, getting that win today against the Brewers, even despite some history from Corbin Burnes. San Francisco still leading in the NL West, 23-14. They're playing great baseball. Dodgers are starting to kind of win a couple of games now. They've started, it looks like they're starting to kind of turn the corner a little bit from this slump they've been in. The Padres, they're kind of, again, just bouncing back and forth, playing 500 ball in their last 10, 21-17 overall in the year. But that is what we're looking at right now with Major League Baseball. So, everyone, actually, real quick, I actually want to go over a couple of other stories before I get out of here. The Braves, Kristen Pache, he's going on the injured list. Ender Inciarte, they activated him. Gleyber Torres, he tested positive for COVID-19, so he's going to be out for a little bit. We had a couple of minor league signings today. Albert Pujols also cleared waivers. He is a free agent. I'm wondering if he's going to end up playing anywhere. I don't know. It says he wants to play. I wonder if he could end up going to a team that, maybe could use some offense. If we go take a look, actually, let's take a look at some teams that maybe could use some offense. So Pujols, taking a look here, I would imagine maybe a playoff team, maybe they could pick him up as a bat. I don't see Detroit. I mean, could you maybe see the Indians? I mean, I don't know. I think that would be kind of fun. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he'd fit. I mean, he'd pretty much be just like a pinch hitter, like a DH first baseman. I mean, he could definitely play there. They could probably, I don't know. Let me look at the Indians depth chart. I don't see him going to the Indians, but let me kind of just take a look logistically. They got Jake Bauers at first. I mean, maybe. Could you maybe see Pujols on the Indians? I mean, possibly. How's Jake Bauers doing? I mean, you got Josh Naylor there too. I mean, maybe. You could maybe see it. They could definitely use another bat. Probably not the Nationals. Probably not the Mets. I would imagine it would be an American League team. Maybe the Rays. You could possibly see the Rays. I don't know. I see you, Joshua. I don't know about the Cardinals, man. I just don't see it. You got Goldschmidt there. I don't see it. I think it's going to be a team with that needs they need a first baseman or a DH, another bat off the bench. I mean, it would be a great story if he could go back there. I just don't see the fit. If he does, he would sign like probably a 1-day contract and retire as a Cardinal that way. But right now, I just don't see the fit for the Cardinals. Maybe Tampa Bay. I don't see the Yankees. People were thinking maybe the White Sox because of Tony La Russa, but they don't have a fit for him. I don't see the Twins. I don't know. Maybe the Rangers. But the Rangers have a top 10 offense. They need more pitching than anything. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So we'll have to wait and see if Albert Pujols ends up doing anything. I don't know. I feel like I don't know, actually. I don't know if we're going to end up seeing him or not. But I would imagine maybe he just decides to hang it up and just call it a career. But we'll have to wait and see. Everyone, I want to thank you for coming out to tonight's show. Before I get out of here, if you can, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification. That way you can see all future live streams and videos. Go follow me on Twitter as well if you would like to talk some baseball throughout the day. And that, everyone, is all I have for tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. I will be back here Sunday night for the weekly power rankings. We had a really fun power rankings this past Sunday. We had over 200 people in the stream. That was a really fun night of baseball. So please, if you can, make it out Sunday night, somewhere between 8 to 9 o'clock. I'll be going live at some point that night. So everyone, again, thank you. Have yourself a good night, and I'll talk to you next time.